Do you guys mind if I bring a chair so I can put my order?
Yeah,
pretend this is a stool. You should have a stool.
Yeah, just leave it there.
Okay, everybody. My name is Joanne. I set up the MeetUp group because I've always had a fear of public speaking, so I joined kind of like, I think, what was it that joined it? Oh yeah, you were saying how you wanted to throw yourself into the movement, so that's kind of like how I joined stand-up, just so I can improve. And I've been doing it for like a couple months, and it gets pricey. So this is like a cheaper way to go about it. I don't have to pay the teacher because there's a class I'm taking, so it's like $200 per month, and it adds up after a while. So that's why I set it up. So I'm glad you guys showed up, and later on I'd like to find out how often you guys want to practice and what would be a good day and stuff like that. Favorite comedian, Adam Carolla. I don't know if you guys know him. And recently I discovered this new guy I really like. His name is Joe Rogan. So I watched his stand-up yesterday. It was really funny. So I'm trying out some new stuff. So I don't have to memorize. So I'm going to try to like this new stuff. So I live in Oakland, and I live in a very small apartment. When I'm in the kitchen showering, I can also I can also turn on the TV and see what's on TV. And sometimes I would come home and I'd be like, what is that smell? Oh, I think Richard downstairs is taking a dump. So I would go downstairs and I would tell Richard, can you please just light a match because it's really stinking up my apartment? And he would say, well, I'm kind of worried because when I light up a match, I'm afraid your mattress would catch on fire. And it turns out the real story is he's just taking a dump outside my apartment door. That's what really stinks. My apartment number is apartment 4, and I don't know if you guys know about Chinese people. We're really not religious, superstitious. So my dad came and said 4 in Chinese is 4, and when you say death, it's 4. So it's very similar. So you're not supposed to have it. Like number 4 is a bad number to have on your apartment door. So no, Yanni.
Not you. I have babies.
So he's like, my dad was like, Yan Yan, that's my Chinese nickname. Number 4, no good, must change. So one day I came home and my landlord was telling me my dad called them and wanted to change it to like 988, which means like long and prosperous. If you look at a lot of like Chinese phone numbers at like restaurants, you know there's 88s in there, like long, prosperous. But I was just thinking, like, do I really want, like, this is a small, tiny apartment. Long, prosperous is not really what I really want to be thinking. Like, I do not want to be here forever. And I have really crazy neighbors, and I started giving them nicknames. So I'm in apartment 4. Apartment 5, I call them monkey face. That's my nickname for them. Before you start calling me a racist, they are not African American. They're Filipino. Okay? And the real reason I call them that is because there's a guy in there that likes to howl. Like, I don't know why, it's like out of nowhere. So I sometimes do that at home too now. Just like, it just makes me want to copy him for no reason. And apartment 6, kind of across diagonally from me, is 2 lesbians and an illegal cat, because you're not supposed to have a cat in the apartment, so that's my nickname for them. I have a different story, but that's too long for this, about why I call them Satan. That's apartment 6. And down the street, not very far, I have another neighbor that love to fight. It's a girl and a guy, and I call them I call her CWF, crazy white female. And they're always yelling at each other at the worst time, like they never seem to fight when everyone's awake, but when it's 2 a.m., they like to fight and yell and throw things. Or if it's really early in the morning, like 4 a.m., they like to fight as well. And I think it's funny the way they fight, because she would always yell at him these really nasty things, and then at the end she would plead for something, like she's begging for something. So my impersonation of her is like, you fucking faggot! I fucking hate you! Can you give me a ride home? You fucking faggot! I fucking hate you! Do you have some money? So is that time?
Yeah, like
145.
Okay. Oh, 45? Oh, I'm pretty much done. Oh wait, other stuff, but it might be too long. I'll just go how much I can, and then I'll make 5 minutes.
Okay.
But I have this whole section about like startups, because I came to the Bay Area about a year and a half, and I got into this lean startup, like MVP, all these like things that you guys probably know. And I recently read an article about top 20 under 20, like top 20 entrepreneurs under 20. So apparently you have to be a zygote to be like a startup founder, and that's how you can be very accomplished. And I kept thinking, like, what would really impress me is top 80 over 80, the top 80 entrepreneurs over the age of 80. Because that's really impressive when you're so old that you can barely read your own business plans. Like, hey Sally, what did I write? That's what would impress me. Or, when you're a new startup person, they call you a founder, but when you're older, it might be like, oh, we found her! We found her! She's down the street! We found her! Is that it? Okay, that's it. Yes.
I like your first joke, being in the kitchen and showering. This like the time limit, I like it. I think it's funny. And I like the 80 over 80 thing. I think you should like build on that too. Part of the apartments. I think once you start referring to your apartment, like, okay, I live in an apartment, death. After you explain, like, okay, death means, well, for me, it's death. So
Yeah.
I live in an apartment, death. They live in an apartment, screaming at midnight or something like that. And this is an apartment, illegal gag or something.
Okay, cool.
The founder joke, I would love to see them, the old guys like talking like teenager lingo, like texting, OMG, that kind of thing. It would be good for me.
The old founders trying to fit in with his.
They're not even trying. They like that. They become that. They become, like really young.
Okay.
Really. Did you check out Justin Bieber? Like, oh my God.
Okay.
But in a very old people tone.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to practice that. Okay.
I like the bit with your neighbors. I thought it moved on pretty good. The part where I just think it needs a little more punch up is the lesbian roommates that have a cat, and to me it's like, oh, okay, I'm good, but there's just no.
Yeah, I need to have a story behind that.
1-2 combo, like, oh, okay, because it just comes off like, okay, and then that's part.
Right, like I need a story behind.
Yeah. If you could do that, like, because lesbian kitty stuff, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What did I say there? No. Something about cats.
Yeah.
Lesbian with cats is like a double entendre.
Yeah, that's what I was. I wanted something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Good one.
I think it could have been really easy to hook up lesbian with cat. It is so easy to actually use the word like illegal, and you could use the word pussy if you wanted to, because it goes with lesbian and cat. And it just really can work
How
if
would
you
you
wanted
say
to.
it though?
Like,
You'd have to play with it a little bit and see
Okay.
how it would come out right. You'd have to do a number of different ways.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
Like illegal, you call it illegal pussy.
Yeah,
So
illegal pussy.
It's funny. It's
Yeah.
just kind of.
Yeah, illegal pussy, like immigrant lady.
Right. Yeah. But you say it. You do the best with voices when you imitate your father, which is understandable. You have more experience with him, I would think. You really punch it up. The other voices, I think you do well with a lot of different voices. And I see it more like the way Margaret Cho uses her mother. I think that would work really well with your father. I think you get a lot of mileage out of that. I heard at least 5 or 6 different, what I call sequences. You could have built all of them. All of them are interesting. You just need more time with all of them. I think they would all work.